What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream.
Oh, we get to go to the beach. Yeah, we hung out at Clearwater. First, we stopped at a restaurant, Bahama Breeze. It was pretty good. It was all right. It was outdoor, so I felt very comfortable because actually the wind in which was hitting us was the first wind off of the water. So whatever we breathed out, maybe everybody behind us got, but we got whatever COVID came across the water, if that's even a thing. Well, let me say that. We know it's a thing. We had some people saying, it's real, it's real. I know. I'm just saying that as far as getting it and how you get it and all that stuff. Which I do actually have a cough that was kind of bad last night. It was not horrible, but I mean, it was coughing, so...
And then I started coughing.
Yeah, she started coughing too.
I'm glad I went to sleep finally.
Yeah, it was kind of odd. I mean, today's I've only coughed just a little tiny bit. So what's going on? Well, we're trying to hurry up and rush and give you an update because I've been editing the video that you guys already saw, most likely, of us, Heidi and I, standing here and giving our little 2 cents worth to each other about what we thought. And we were... really, that was all we were doing yesterday, and that's all we did do yesterday. We got back late. The traffic's horrible. So today we knew it was going to be windy, and I hurried up and I did everything I could to edit this video as fast as I could. I don't know, when did I start?
9 o'clock maybe.
Yeah. So I started 3 hours ago editing that video. I haven't got up in 3 hours, and in the meantime, I knew the wind was going to get stronger today, so now the wind's out there beating the crap out of the awning. It is tied down, but I wanted to get the awning in prior to that.
You can feel them.
Not only that, but my antenna, the mast for the Wi-Fi and everything, that needs to come down, and it's because we're leaving tomorrow. But yeah, we had a good time at the beach. It was a good, nice to walk around there and get to see. Very busy area though. Wow, I don't know how I feel about that. But that's what we're doing. So let's go outside and fight with this. Yeah, just it's the awning banging out there. We'll see what's going on. So the wind gusts today are going to be up to 20 miles an hour. Heidi's got a porch light on, and the truck, unfortunately, I'll tell you what, I don't know how you guys are having good experience with Lear caps, but now this power lock don't work. Which is horse. I mean, that's just plain it. Look at all the sand already on the truck. So we've got to do a couple things. We have to clear out the back, make some room. We got to get the bikes in there and straighten out the back of the truck a little bit. But first, we're gonna, I think, try to get this awning in. It's got to be in between gusts, and it's kind of tough to do because we have to loosen the tie downs to get the awning rolled in.
I can barely reach them.
Yeah, she can barely reach them. Not only that, but as soon as we unhook it and undo the, I don't know what you want to call them, these securements here, it just makes that awning that much more susceptible to wind.
I'd have to wait a little bit.
Yeah, well, how do you wait a little bit when the wind just keeps on going and increasing throughout the day? Yeah. I hate this part. I should have came out here in my pajamas and done it, to tell you the truth. And again, all this has to do with how crappy this awning material is, and needing to push on the awning arms whenever they retract, because the material is winding up crooked and pulling everything to a different direction. Just horrible. We'll get that fixed. That'll be something that'll be fixed at a later date. And when I mean fixed, is we'll trade in the RV.
I say we replace the awning.
Yeah, with another one that's attached to a different RV.
I say that.
Not 10, pulling a fifth wheel.
Jesus.
That guy was flying, and that was on camera.
That's crazy.
I don't know what the hell what his rush is. What, did he think his camping space is going away?
There's so many open.
Yeah. What is he going to go? He's going to lose one of these? Is 3 other people coming the other direction? Anyways, I don't get that. So Heidi had me in the back of this truck, which I barely fit, sweating my butt off, moving all these totes. Well, she just sat back here and is telling, what? No, move that one. No, take that one and stack it. No. Take this one and stack it up. Wait a minute.
We got too much stuff.
That was me saying that.
We still have too much stuff.
Yeah, we do have too much stuff.
It's okay. We'll eventually get rid of it.
So we made, the good news is we definitely made enough room for the bikes. This is the only thing that has to fit in there, which... And
it don't really have to fit in there.
It's got to be...
It can fit inside the door, in the bedroom.
No, I like it here.
I mean, if...
Right. This is, and what it is I'm sure you guys, if you don't have one of these, you need to have one of these.
There's an amp pile over there, just let you know.
Yeah, I know. I've been trying to stay away from it. Okay.
Yeah. It's right here.
Yeah, it blew away. Yeah, so Heidi steps in another active plant. Look, right behind you. Oh, you almost got on it. So, you guys, getting back to what I was saying, you may want to do this. You know, everybody has, for the most part, they have those torsion bars, and you need grease and gloves and tie downs for stuff. And of course, for me, I need these wrenches to take loose, like the wheel chocks, and to over center latches. And this is to adjust our tension on our weight distribution. And of course, like I said, there's gloves in here and extra batteries and tape measures and stuff. It's kind of like a hitch kit, a hookup disconnect hitch kit. So I keep it all in a tote, all of it in a tote. And so that stays near the back. It's nice to be able to just know everything is in one spot that takes to connect and disconnect the RV, and that's what this is for. So it took us a little while though to make the room, because we still have a tote that is full of stuff for sale, and that tote came in existence from us cleaning out the RV. So even though we sold some stuff, we created a new tote. The truck is definitely lopsided, one-sided as far as the weight. That's one of the reasons why the airbags are down there. So I'll make sure that the left airbag might run a little bit more than the right airbag. The bikes will add 150 pounds on this side, so that's good. But still, obviously, you could tell with how much is on that side. It's definitely one-sided. But we're learning, and again, I want to just share this with you guys, because you may run into thinking that you've got plenty of room, like I did, and we did okay, but I clearly had a different image of what it was going to look like back here when everything was in here, and this wasn't it. So we'll downsize some more. We'll figure it out. Just to let you know though, having my tools, having stuff, having screws, having all that, I just repaired my power lock on the cap, because it quit working because the fuse holder over there broke.
There's actually only like 2 totes that we truly need to get rid of, and
the stuff for sale.
We have 2 empty totes that we need to get rid of.
Right. So
so we've got somewhere.
Right. The tote, the stuff for sale tote, obviously.
And that tote back there that has camping stuff in it.
Well, the camping stuff, we went through there a few times.
I know, but I don't see us.
I don't know. We'll have to look. Now here's...
Who's getting up there to get it, honey?
You would be. But here's the other thing. That tote, one of those totes in there, let me just say, one of the full-size totes has oil changes in it.
At least 2.
Yeah, so that probably wasn't the best decision on our part.
I got it for a bargain price.
Yeah, she got the oil changes for really cheap. That's why we did it. But
actually, we only have 1 oil change in there with oil for the next oil change, because I think I only had 2 filters.
Right.
And one's on the truck.
So I see us getting rid of
maybe 2 more totes.
Two full-size totes.
Yeah.
Definitely 2 full-size totes. I don't know. What do you guys think? You see this. You see what's going on here. You know that I fix stuff. I don't like to rely necessarily on somebody to fix it for me. There are some totes that are maybe a little overkill. The one that's in the upper right there, that's full of fasteners. Every fastener you can imagine is pretty much in there, including battery cable ends, butt connectors, stuff like that. But like Heidi said, the tote that's directly in front of the camera right now, that's at the front right, that one's full of camping stuff that we, like a hatchet with a hammer end. It's got clotheslines. It has picnic table cover clips. It has
Picnic table cover.
picnic table cover. It has a lot.
That's true, because we could get to a campground that has a crappy picnic table.
Right. Not only that, but we may find ourselves in a campground that actually allows fires, allows you to gather wood.
That's true. We got some fire starters in there. And
yeah, there's a lot more than just that in there, though, which I can't even recall what's all in there at this point.
well, we have clothesline in there, which we're not.
Yeah, I already talked about that.
I forget too. We were trying to label stuff, but
Yeah. The stuff for sale box, though,
yeah.
I don't know. Walk into a pawn shop one day or something. I don't know. I doubt they'd want that stuff. But there's a lot of tools in there too, like the tote that's in the front and the middle at the bottom of the stack. That is all power tools that are in there. That sawzall, grinders, drills. Trying to think what else. What else was there? The sawzall, the grinder, the drill, which the drill's actually in here, but there's
Don't you have another drill in there?
yeah, another a circular saw, and all kinds of blades and stuff for it, cut off wheels, all kinds of stuff.
It's no big deal. That's not in the way.
Yeah, that really isn't. But we say that about a lot of little stuff, and then next thing you know, boom.
We got all this stuff.
Yeah. So anyways, just take a gander, guys. We have a cap. We have a full-size 8-foot bed, a full-size truck. And it fills up fast. Now, back here is a 6-gallon gas can. That's for our generator. If we need to fill and we can't get to our tank, we could potentially somehow... I can't see getting rid of that, though. That doesn't make any sense. And I really don't want to put it on the back of the RV, because it would just get destroyed in no time in the sun and the heat.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Then we have our propane tank that we use for cooking on the grill, and in emergencies, if somehow we ran out of our 30-pound tanks, we would hook up to that to get us through the night if it was cold.
And we thought we were going to bring 2 of those with us.
Yeah, we thought we was going to bring 2. We didn't.
We didn't have room for 2.
Right.
We were running out of space.
And
But I
then
think we made some good space.
the tote that's up on top in the back, that's full of chemicals. Every grease, every silicone, everything you can imagine for the RV.
Plus we're going
Sealants.
to add to that because we have 2 tubes.
Yeah, which I got to do that repair. But
Dang it, I should have got that caulking.
I just realized that the antenna mast has fallen down some. It's shorter. You notice that? Yeah, it's not as tall as it's supposed to be right now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about that mast. It's not the greatest.
Oh,
Let me do a review on the mast.
No, it doesn't.
Me, myself.
It does a great job.
It does a great job
getting signal.
It's not that great a quality.
Yeah, I don't.
It's kind of chintzy.
I don't like the way it's set up, but
You shouldn't have to work as hard
yeah,
trying to set it up whenever it doesn't lock in.
right.
What do I know? I never set it up. I just watch my.
She just watched me struggle.
Yeah, and then like it's pissing me off. I mean, ticking me off.
All right, so let's go ahead and we got to get a little bit further along here, and I do have to take down that antenna mast, and we have to circle site
Where are we putting that at?
the antenna mast. Oh yeah, that's right. The antenna's got to go in here too. That could go in between the bikes, I'm sure. But we have to also cycle our water softener. So.
Yeah, we did do that.
All right.
Good morning, YouTube. Thanks for checking out RV Daydream. Today is moving day, Wildwood, Florida. So we're gonna get packed up here. It's like 8:45 Thursday morning, and since it's so early and we didn't get a chance to, or I didn't get a chance to do laundry yesterday because we're so busy, I'm doing it this morning before we leave, so we can have clean clothes. I just like the laundry to be washed up before we move in case the next laundry at the park is not that great. It looked pretty nice in the videos, so I will say that Three Flags laundry per a video that we watched is quarters only. This one here takes credit cards. Also, whenever you travel, make sure you let your credit card companies or your banking let them know that you're traveling, because I had an issue with my bank up until I got my new phone. They let all the transactions go through, but then when I changed my phone number and locked myself out of the account, the next time I tried to use it, they declined every transaction. So make sure that you definitely call your bank before you travel, just to let them know that kind of the area you're going to be in. So anyway, I'm going to sit here and relax this morning. I already had my coffee and wait for the washer to stop so I can get them dried and we can hit the road.
So I want to talk about this side here while I get a chance. Boy, the RV looks really good. Man, it's the first time I've seen it clean in a long time. I also see that maybe some silicone needs to go there if that foam seal ever screws up. So they pushed in the thing when they were washing it, obviously. I have to pull that back out because I want to treat these seals before we go. What I brought you over here for is to show you the antenna mast, or the lack thereof, and we'll talk about that here in a second. Heidi's going to, she said she knows exactly what she needs to do to clean this off. What is this? This is 3M adhesive, like an ultra high bond adhesive. Where'd that adhesive come from? Well, it came from one of these. And why is this still here but that one's missing? That's because the antenna mast failed. I know what you guys are probably thinking. Oh, it's because of the hurricane. You had it up. I had it up, but I only had it up like a foot. It didn't really make a difference there. Plus the wind was coming from behind, and the antenna was pointed in a direction that it wasn't catching any air. So why did it come loose? Well, Heidi and I was talking the other day, and I looked up and I told her, I said, hey, the antenna mast is down. She said, what do you mean it's down? I said, well, it's not as high as it's supposed to be. And when I walked around here, there was one connector that, what happens with that pole is you bring it up, extend it a section at a time, and each time you get the section to the height you want it, you twist it a couple times and it holds itself. Then you extend not only that one that's locked in, but then the next one, then you lock that one in, and so forth. And that's how you get the antenna to the full height. Well, one of those locking connectors was failing. It was failing before we left. It started doing that back at the house. Well, it completely failed, and the glue came off the ring and everything. And when it came down, it slid down. It knocked that piece loose. It just knocked it loose. I mean, it slid all the way down here then. So, from what I understand, they're going to send us another antenna mast kit. What's involved with that? I don't know. And when we're going to get it, I don't know. They're talking like before the end of the year, maybe. I hope we get it soon, because I use that. I mean, that thing really works. I mean, it really helped. As soon as we took it down yesterday, Heidi was inside saying, oh man, she goes, the phone's moving really slow. Well, of course, because we were broadcasting a boosted signal inside the RV. and even outside the RV. He'd even reach out on the picnic table. Well, now we don't have that, so our range only works really well while we're outside. I should say pretty good while we're outside, but yeah. We're gonna get ready to put everything away and head out of here. So what was the deal with the sirens?
I don't know. I was in the building, so I was switching the laundry around.
I was just talking about that
Oh,
goop all over the
I'm
stank.
gonna try to use some olive oil spray.
Oh, that's a
It
good
should
idea.
take it off.
Oh.
So I got an idea.
Okay, I'm
When
listening.
you dress yourself,
Yeah.
you should put your glasses on.
What? When I
Your
dress?
color correction glasses.
Why?
Because your clothes don't really match.
Yeah, they do.
Okay. I don't think they do.
I don't know if they do.
You don't care.
I don't care because I can't tell.
Right.
You're probably right though. You do color, I don't.
But anyway,
Yeah, we're
gonna put my jacket in the washer.
we got to do some stuff inside, but it'll be quick.
Look at me, I'm driving. I get to drive the truck. Actually, the neighbor guy and Michael was talking about iPhones, or Apple, I should say. So, you know that we'll see new equipment in the future. But anyway, I needed a pack of cigarettes, so I thought that I would get a pack of cigarettes prior to us hooking up. That way I wouldn't be a pain in the butt to Michael and needing smokes. But anyway, we're getting ready to hook up.
So they didn't say anything about rain. I don't know what the deal is.
It's sprinkling.
Yeah, it's not pouring or nothing. It's just a little sprinkle. So we left the campground. We could have left a lot earlier, but we got talking. I
think that always happens.
I got talking. Yeah, it seems like we always.
We had 3 weeks there, and
No, we talked with him before.
Yeah.
Since we got on a topic, I got on a topic that was interesting, so I stayed with it for a while. So I'm doing something today. You guys can all applaud and stand up and cheer. I set my cruise control to 63, even though the speed limit's 70, and I haven't gone over 65 the entire time. Yay! Heidi wants to stop at some kind of citrus place if we can get in there. There's mowing crews out here. We were riding, we use our GPS, and then we also sometimes use our Waze at the same time. And I'm like, why aren't we getting any traffic alerts or anything? And here we were on Google Maps. I didn't know that was in there. So it was bringing us to the place. So just about an hour away from the campground we were at, up north. And I don't know, it's going to be different. We got a couple of tips of where maybe we might want to go check out some stuff.
Watch out,
And
shoulder ahead.
I'm hungry.
We have lots of food in there to eat.
Yeah.
Plus, I can make something.
Yes.
I can make something, and then we can eat what we have leftovers later.
Right.
We
We have leftover pizza.
Yep.
We did pizza the other day. What a surprise!
Yeah.
So, anyways, I greased up the hitch. It was a little bit tougher to get it hooked up because it's a weird angle there. It was, I had to jockey around a little bit more than I'm used to, but it just took, got done. We do have one big problem. Heidi will turn you around and show you. That frickin' Furrion camera has got moisture in it, and I have no idea why. I mean, it's supposed to be waterproof, or it is outside. So I'm gonna have to eventually take that apart and dry it out, figure out what it is, and then seal it up and put it back together again. Because out of all the things that I would buy, if I had to buy something that broke, would be a bigger monitor. It wouldn't be the stupid camera. I mean, the camera should be, the same for quite a few systems, but Alright, so we're dealing with that. And again, just staying non-tempted. These idiots driving like I used to.
In 1 mile.
I still do.
Exit right to exit 329.
Alright, so I gotta get off at this exit. And
Wildwood.
Heidi wants me to find this citrus place.
If it's not out of the way.
Well, we'll try to, we'll see.
If there's parking for us.
miles. Take exit 329 on the right.
Alright, so they have an RV check-in as soon as you come through the gate. And it's real easy to see the gate. Obviously, you can only come in from one direction out there on that divided highway. If not, you got to do a U-turn. But we were okay. Welcome back. They're still welcoming back a bunch of people that unfortunately aren't going to make it here because of the Canadians not being able to come down. But this looks more like a campground. I mean, there's nice tall trees and I see fire rings. So that is delightful. I mean, just simple stuff. We used to like to burn our paper plates and any paper trash, you know, that wasn't coated with plastic or anything. We couldn't at the last place, which was fine. I understand it's a different deal, but yeah, this will be nice. We'll get in here and see what our site's like, and we got a whole month here, guys, so we'll cover it eventually and tell you what we think. But so far so good. I like the way it looks. Good morning, YouTube. We're at the campground. We had what was your sleep like?
Oh, it was pretty good. Other than, well, yeah, I mean, it was good.
Yeah.
But heck, I was sleeping 2 hours before we went to bed.
Yeah, she's sleeping on the couch.
I mean, as soon as why
was we tired though?
we didn't do anything yesterday. I think that's a lot to do with it. We did. I mean,
It was weird.
It was.
I slept as soon as. I mean, I wasn't tired until I went to bed. Then when I got in bed, I slept the whole night.
Yeah,
I don't remember rolling over or nothing.
I think I got up once or twice to go to the bathroom, but I ended up getting up at 6 because I'm like, oh, I can't sleep anymore. I must have been so tired last night that my glasses was in between the nightstand and the mattress.
That's funny.
I thought, oh God, they're not here. They're probably broken. They were.
So let's give you a quick talk about as far as the campground so far. First of all, okay, we're at Three Flags. Let's go ahead and tell you about that. We're at Three Flags.
It's a campground.
At Wildwood Resort, RV Resort. So it's Three Flags RV Resort in Wildwood, Florida. The location is close to the villages. If you're out of this country or you don't know anything about anything in this area, the villages are huge, and it is got to have some kind of a statement to like the world's largest gathering of seniors or something. I don't know. I'm just telling you that the villages are cities basically, and it's very popular in Florida for people to live here for the rest of their lives. It's just huge. So, with that said, when we got to the campground here, it was a very easy drive here. It's very easy to find. Depending on which way you came in, I mentioned it yesterday at the gate there. You might have to pull a U-turn to get into the campground. And you know what? I don't think that it would be that hard to do. Not the way the road is out there, but just to let you know. Because it is a divided highway. There's 2 lanes on each side, so I think the U-turn probably be pretty easy because you got a lot of lane to use. But some rigs, I mean, forget it. You know, a Class A, 44-foot motorhome pulling a little car. I don't know. Who knows? But once we got into the place, there is a section that is marked off for RV check-in. We went into the RV check-in. Heidi had gone in initially, and then she gave me a ring. She goes, do you want to come in here? Because they let you pick your spot. Now, we could have easily drove through the whole park and then came back and said, here's the spot we want. But for expedience reason, the lady behind the desk, her name is Jane. She kidded around and said, like Calamity Jane, which made me remember the name, which was a great thing. I don't know if she did that on purpose or just, but Jane, I mean, I remembered it. It had to be. I mean, Kim was great at the last campground, but this lady was her customer service skills are unbelievable. Made us feel like made us so relaxed and like friends immediately. So that's going to definitely make it to TripAdvisor. I mean, it's just that interaction. She laid out the map. She showed us all the maps. She said, these are the spots I have available. Now, this place is technically pretty darn full. But we had 3 spots that we were able to choose from. And they were both 30 and 50 amp. They do not charge for 50 amp service. There's no extra charge. Now, if you guys don't know, being in the 1000 Trail and the Encore park system, some of these parks will charge extra if you have 50 amp service need. This is not one of them. Not only that, but they have package delivery that's available at the office. There will be no deliveries to any of the sites. It goes into the office, it gets put on a list, and at that point you go pick it up, and she checks the list, of course. So packages aren't just being handed out. They are, although you can see them, they are secured. Nobody's going to come in there and take them. The other thing is 9 o'clock every night.
Yep.
Open till 9. Somebody's in the office till 9 o'clock every night. The fact that when we called up to say, okay, what do we need to do for a check-in, she says just come in the office. I thought, okay, that's nice, but maybe we just hit it at the right time. Again, nothing against where we just were at the other park, but the office that was for the RV resort, and again, that was an Encore resort, that office is only open with somebody in there like 1 day a week. You have to go to the village office, and even then it's, limited time. It's definitely not 9 at night as far as I know.
Probably just until
But
5.
now, granted, we never had any issues, and I'm sure we could have contacted and got hold of somebody if we needed anything at any point in time. The other thing is, they can't have their normal Thanksgiving dinner thing that's going on, but they're going to hold free Thanksgiving to-go boxes for anybody that wants to sign up for it. You will get a free Thanksgiving dinner to-go box. Which
all the manager and all the employees are going to cook everything but dessert. She said, go buy yourself a pie and you'll have Thanksgiving.
Right. I thought that was awesome. The other thing is, even though there's COVID, they have it set up safely to go do bingo. They have bingo here twice a week. And she said they had to change the way they did it because of COVID, but nonetheless, they're able to do it. All right, so right off the bat, I'm like, oh, this is awesome, this is awesome, this is awesome. The fact we can get deliveries here, that's awesome. I mean, I loved all of that. So at that point, the 3 spots that she said she explained them all. She said, this one's a pull-through, this one's a pull-through, and this one's a back-in. She said, you go choose the one that you want. I'm going to put you on this number since you seemed interested in this site. And one specific one, at first glance, we thought that's the one we want to go to. And she says, if not, you call me and I will switch it. She goes to the other one. She goes, these are the 3. So we drove through and we decided we wanted to pull through because the pull-throughs can accommodate up to 80 feet. Yeah, 80 feet in length. So I knew for sure that the truck and the trailer would be able to fit on here. Now, there is a concrete pad out here, but the way that the concrete pad is, we would have to jockey the RV around, and we couldn't use, I don't know, we could have stayed hooked up with the truck, couldn't we, without being in the road, or no?
No, I mean, yes, we could have.
Okay, so
yeah, we would have it would have been close to the.
What you guys will see here,
yeah,
you'll see, but yeah, it would have been a little bit tighter. However, the spots on the map looked kind of small. I thought, oh man, here we are, boom, 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 boom. Now, with that said, I don't know if you guys can see. I mean, our neighbors right here. I mean, they're literally outside of our slide.
They are close.
They are close, but you got to realize that They have their motorhome over there. They have a concrete pad, and then they have a 10 by 10 shelter that's set up, you know.
We have the same.
Yeah, we have the same setup, which again, we'll show you that in a second. But when we came through, we went to the first site that we thought we wanted, and I seen that it looked like it might get a little muddy when it rained. It wasn't horrible, but it
was wet.
Yeah, if somebody would have given us the site and said, "There's your site," I'd been okay with it. But I told her, I said, let's just go ahead and make the loop and come through, because it's the way the traffic is. It's kind of one way. And I said, we'll check out the next place. So we did. It's relatively level. So we hooked up. The electricity's fine. No problems there. And the water pressure is exceptional. It is definitely better than where we were. It's not as crazy as some of the other places we were at, but I did screw around with my pressure regulator, and I've got it around 55 pounds of pressure, and it's really good. I mean, the RV can handle that. That's perfect. So when we just got here and we were just setting up, a couple of our subscribers showed up, and they were outside. I guess they showed up about the same time we did, because they live in the villages, and they pulled up and got talking with us. And it's Carla and John from, well, initially Virginia, but now, of course, they're in the villages, and they RV and they still travel. So we had, I don't know, maybe talked for about 45 minutes, an hour? I can't remember, but great discussion. They invited us to Thanksgiving, which is awesome. Shortly after that, old Deputy West, hey Taz, he invited us to Thanksgiving. We're having a little bit of an issue with the Thanksgiving thing. I'll be the first to admit it, and Heidi will too. I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared to go sit down and eat across from someone inside. We have not eaten inside a building or anything
unless it was just us.
When we go shopping, it's very rarely been both of us. It's usually just maybe Heidi that goes in for most of the shopping. But, you know, for the phones, it was both of us. For Walmart, it was both of us. For Winn-Dixie, it was both of us. And the whole time I'm thinking, I'm in this building, air circulation, and again, a little scary there. So I think that we might have to politely decline. I just don't feel comfortable about doing that.
Once we thought about it,
I mean, everybody's saying whatever you do, don't get together for Thanksgiving.
And you know, now they're saying less than 5 people, and we'll do our part to protect others.
Yeah.
And obviously to protect ourselves.
Right.
I don't want to be sick on the road.
I'm
going to try to do everything I can
you imagine?
not to be. Yeah. So it's just one of those things, you know. I mean, our son texted me this morning and said, listen, he says, I'm heading back home because until they get this COVID thing straightened out, he says, I'm not going to travel this winter. So he's heading back home.
Yeah,
which I kind of don't blame him. He has that option.
Right.
And good for him that, you know, he chose to do that. It makes sense. You know, he's traveling by himself, and obviously his grandma, I think, is a little excited.
Yeah, when he says he's going back home, he's going back home to his grandma's house.
She'll have somebody to talk to, and so that'll be good for the both of them.
I mean, in his situation, it makes perfect sense, because the only reason he likes to go and travel is so he can run into his friends.
Yeah.
And usually when he goes to his friend's house, he's crashing on their couches. You know, sometimes he's staying in his van. Regardless, he's still interacting with people that interact, you know, and they're young, but our son's very conscious about that stuff. He's very conscientious about, you know, his health. I mean, he's a vegan. He's always been really good about that stuff. So
plus he could probably set up all his equipment, music at our house,
right?
Even if he wanted to.
Right.
My mom said that, I got to clean out some more of that room because by the time he gets all his stuff in there, there's no room to move.
Yeah, I don't know how he
Her
keeps
and
it
I
all
were
in his
laughing
van.
this morning. Well, he just probably moves. I mean, you do. If you're cramped up, you just move enough stuff to sleep.
But his traveling style and what he plans on doing is kind of the same as ours. I mean, we want to go out and interact and do the stuff that you normally would, but it's counterintuitive to what's supposed to be done. You know, you're supposed to be maintaining and trying to stay
He loves
away.
to go to concerts,
Yes.
and music venues, and things like
Open
that.
mics.
Open mics, and obviously, not many of those are going on right now, if any.
Right.
So, yeah, so good for him. That, I mean, I think he made a good choice.
Yeah. Now,
It's
as
one of those things.
far as on a topic that we had talked about in the just couple last video, I guess it was. Holy cow! My word, man, did the comments come rolling in, and we need to make sure we clarify something very clearly. I'm not her boss. I am not controlling her. She's not my puppet. I don't tell her what to do, and she says, yes, sir. Do you think she's really that type of person that I say something, and she's like, yes, sir, no, sir?
I am far more negative than he is.
She could do whatever.
And I am far more... I voice my opinion. I don't always voice my opinion, but I voice it a lot. And that's... Some of the comments were rude.
Oh, yeah. I don't mind that.
I get.
I don't mind that.
But don't type a comment and then delete it because I can still read it.
Yeah.
You dummy.
Well, they do that on purpose. I have no problem with it. A lot of people hide behind the keyboard. It's not like any of these comments came from anybody that has a YouTube channel that does the same thing as us, that shares their life. So I don't really care about any of that. There's a lot of different people in this world, and we are exposing ourselves to all of those people. And some of those people they're not nice, and I understand that. Here's the thing.
All the comments that you see, we weren't offended by.
Yeah.
The ones that didn't make the cut, were either held for review or spam.
Yeah.
And you can suck it.
I don't say that. You know why? Because everybody who's doing this comment, again, it's because of I'm a different person. Nobody is going to stand in front of me and say those things to my face.
That's true.
They're not going to do
true.
it, and it's because they're so disconnected by such a large distance, and and if you feel as if you need to do that, I'm sure you could figure out where we're at some point in time. Just make sure you let me know ahead of time so I can take my glasses off. Because it'll go down. Because if you've got enough cojones to say something like that to me, let's go.
So all the comments that you see, we're not offended by.
No.
We
will
made,
take some offense to
well,
it.
some, but
Now we're talking. No, listen. I know most of you are thinking, "Oh, I said something kind of negative." No. We're talking about people that are just like name calling, just
crude.
Very, very rude. So we still want to hear what you have to say.
Absolutely.
So I like the fact that I told her, I said, "Oh, look, I finally got somebody that sees it from my point of view." Out of all the people,
dying.
I said, because everybody's like, that poor Heidi, and Mike, you just need to man up and all this other stuff. Listen, I'm going to do what I got to do. She can do whatever she wants to do. I
don't want to do things by myself.
Right.
I think that there are some people out there that like to do things by themselves.
I found a lot of that.
I'm not one of those.
Well, neither am I.
Yeah, I want to include him, and we'll get more used to this lifestyle. And yes, I read some comments. There'll be days that we just sit around, and I'm just not used to that right now.
I'm not saying that I'm not going to get used to it.
Right.
But, and, you know, I'll tell you that we haven't even been here for 12 hours yet. And this is a campground.
That was the other thing.
People come outside and people talk to you.
I couldn't believe how many
that's
people
what I
I've
was
seen.
missing is human interaction just besides him and I.
Because I'm not
I don't
human.
care, even if you say hello to me. These people are actually coming out, because this is a real campground.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Like I said,
This guy
this
right here.
this whole thing here with the picnic table cover. His wife had her sewing machine out there making crafts. They've got camp chairs. Everything. That was nowhere to be found at the last place at all.
Right.
Yeah, it was like living in a. It's like we set up our camper in the middle of a housing development.
Exactly.
And
so I
it was
think
still nice. I still like that campground.
Don't get me wrong. It was nice. It was a resort with houses, and this is more what we are used to.
Yeah, which we'll show you. Like I said, we'll walk around real quick. Won't be able to talk real loud. I don't want to get everybody all stirred up out here as far as what we're doing over here with the camera, because who knows what some of these people think. But nonetheless, we'll show you what's going on out there. But I wanted to make sure that we talked about that video, and that I kept on thinking, holy cow, these people think that I have full control over what we're doing, and she's just being. I've literally got her on a shackle connected to the RV, and I've got the key. And I'm thinking she can do whatever she wants, but the reason that she wants me to go along, obviously, is the same reason that I take her everywhere when I go anywhere, because I like to share that as we're out. I want to do it by myself. That's not me. I just don't like to do that. But I find that, again, reiterating what I said in the last video, and I think there's some people that caught on to that. I know you guys you're putting yourselves in the situation, and you're reacting if it was you in that situation. And a lot of people aren't full-timing, and they would love to be in Florida for the winter, just like we did all these years. And you're answering, and you're commenting as if she was you, sitting, not going anywhere, not doing anything, thinking they're in Florida, vacation party time.
We don't have money for vacation.
Yeah,
we're not rich.
Yeah, we have budgets that we have to follow. Granted, we could, and we do some other stuff that might be outside of what our budget is, and we make accommodations for that. But we could do some. Of course, everybody's probably already typing, well, what about going to, the parks and walking the parks and riding your bikes and the trails and all that? Absolutely. I agree 100%. There's a lot involved with that makes it almost not fun for me. Loading the bikes up, finding a place to park the truck with all of our stuff in it safely while we go some trail for a couple hours, and worry, is the truck being broke into, the whole thing. Granted, we have insurance, but our insurance ain't going to cover everything's in that truck. I don't even think it would cover our tools.
Well, hell, it won't even cover the cap.
Yeah, it won't even cover the cap. That's a rider. We have to put a rider on there for that.
We decided not to.
Yeah, which is too much a month. So, the other thing that I've got going on right now that we're trying to work in since we just got here, I have to look at this back camera. As you guys saw,
hey, stuff is starting to break.
Yeah.
On the 28-day mark. You
Right.
believe it?
Yeah.
I can't believe it. The RV65 mast is a piece of junk.
Which you got to give them credit.
Okay, let me say that. The stuff is falling apart. Not a lot of stuff, but the RV65.
Which she's talking about, just to let you guys know, the WeBoost the signal data booster that we have.
The mast.
The big antenna mast.
It failed.
It did fail.
And I can't believe that maybe some of the noises that we heard was probably one of those that when we go to take it down, here it had collapsed and broke. Mm-hmm. So I called RV WeBoost.
Yeah.
And they are actually going to warranty it, but I could tell in his voice where he was going with it that it is on back order.
Which makes sense because whenever I originally bought it, I had to find it in stock. It was tough. Everybody was on back order, even to buy the unit.
Yeah.
And there's a reason that the crap works. That's probably why we're more emotional about it than anything. It's like, damn it, the thing works so good, and now it's busted. So I'm putting the link in the description because I'm telling you, so far that thing has been phenomenal.
I believe it has a 3-year warranty. It's either 2 or 3. I have to look it back up. I looked the stuff up before I made a call because I figured if it was a 90-day warranty or a 30-day warranty, I might as well not call him. And the mask that he made for the old Wii Boost was way far, at this point, better.
Typical.
Yeah.
A friend of mine told me years ago he had a leaking power steering coolant line that went to a little power steering radiator. And I got underneath there and I rigged it up. And I told him, I said, hey, listen, I rigged it up. I said, you should be good, though. And he says, listen, I trust your rig jobs over most people's repairs. So that's basically, I had rigged up an antenna and made, kind of an RV65 Wii Boost in the past. Well, I sold it all because I thought, oh, I got a good one now. Well,
Our Furrion observation camera that we use when we travel looked like
cataracts.
It looked like cataracts, or somebody licked the camera.
Lick the screen. Lick the glass. The schnozberry tastes like schnozberry.
Anyway, so when we go to leave, it's like it was snowing behind us.
Yeah, we couldn't see.
And so now we got to address that. Now, there was one other thing.
Oh, the other thing, I just placed a call this morning.
Okay, the other thing is our awning is a POS.
Yeah.
It has been a POS. The material is garbage. Before you type warranty, it only had a year warranty. It has been out of warranty for a while. It's way out of warranty.
It's just
cheap material that they have a contract with a certain company. The one that we put on our old awning, or our old camper, was way better than what we have here. Plus, this thing ships on the roll, and it's just terrible. So, it's stuff that we have to deal with while you're on the road, and unfortunately, all that stuff. Good thing that the mast is under warranty. The camera is not going to be cheap. I was reading online, don't go with that. Go with Halo View.
Which I had reviews, and it's funny because in the past, Heidi dried out her throat talking. She don't talk that much normally. Our problem was the Halo View. I'd done reviews in the past on that with our old RV, and they continuously wanted to send me more cameras to review. The problem was I had already installed a camera on our old RV, installed a camera on our son's van,
But the screens
and I had a lot of people that were buying that camera setup because I did a review on it, and then they sent me another one, and I thought, okay, well, I guess I can upgrade. I guess I can go ahead and put the new improved one on the new RV. And then I sold, I think, the old one, or I gave away the old one. I can't remember. But the problem was I had somebody made a comment, and they said, man, Mike, I just bought the one that you told me to buy, and now you're putting on a new one, and it's even better. I would have waited, so I felt bad about that. And I started telling her, I said, every time I'm taking these cameras off and putting the cameras on, I'm going to wear out the screw holes for the camera mount because of that. So I started turning down offers. Now, I did get that rear view rear view mirror camera that hooks on the mirror, but it didn't work for our situation. And it was, again, ideally, maybe that's what we should have went with, but I stuck with the Furrion, and now I've got to take the camera off the back and figure out what's going on with it. I'll clean it out, dry it out, and then if I find out it's just a moisture issue that got in there, then at that point maybe I'll put some kind of rubberized coating over the entire camera, some kind of a Flex Seal spray or something to make sure that it doesn't, for at least a while, get in.
Because it is really nice to
have that security when you're driving down the road that you can see the traffic behind you. I mean, obviously,
Which a lot of people don't know.
Right, because if they never had one.
And yeah, but here's the thing. Usually whenever you do a backup camera review, you get a lot of comments, oh, if you know how to back a trailer, you don't need that camera. That's not what I use it for at all. What I use it for is when we're coming into the campground, I can see and hear her behind me. She don't have to worry, I don't have to look for her in my mirrors necessarily. I can see her and, and I can see her hands and what she's telling me to do. I can hear over the thing. Usually we're talking on radios anyways, but nonetheless, that's what that camera's for. And I can see how close I am to something. The other thing that we use by far the rear observation camera for, by far, is when you're on the highway traveling and it's time to get over. What we do is I use that to see when I'm clear of whatever vehicle that's back there to get over. Now, don't get me wrong, I can use my mirrors also. But I guess the best way to describe it is for the people that are saying, oh, you don't have to do that if you know how to drive and use your mirrors. Listen, most of those guys are truck drivers, tractor-trailer drivers. Listen, the tractor-trailer drivers, there's a reason that they flash their lights for each other. Let's say I'm in a tractor-trailer and I'm in the slow lane. A tractor-trailer is coming up behind me. He gets over in the fast lane. He passes me, and when he turns on his right turn signal to get back over now in front of me, as soon as he turns on his signal, if he's clear of my truck, I flash my lights at him to let him know, hey, you're clear, buddy. Come on back over. You're good. I know what you're doing. And then they usually flash their trailer lights at you to let you know, okay, thank you for letting me back over. Hey, that works for us too. We do that with trucks, and trucks, we let them know. I just hit my high beams a bunch of times to let them know you're clear, come on back over. And they usually thank us. They'll turn on their flashers or something for us. So those professional drivers that do this for a living, even with all their mirrors and everything they have, they're not 100% sure of when it's safe to get back over again. Even though they have a much longer trailer, it's really easy to do, with this. It's, easy to forget or see, am I clear? So that camera does it for me. I mean, all I can do is look at the camera. Once I see the car has gone out of view, basically, to some extent, I might drive an extra 1 second, and then I'll turn on my right turn signal and then get over. Because I know at that point I'm clear. So that's what it's for. Because I remember whenever I first did my backup camera installation, everybody was telling me, oh, if you know how to drive, you don't need that. If you know how to back up, you don't need that. Nobody uses those for backup, I don't think, except, again, just for her help to hear what she's saying and maybe a distance thing.
Yeah.
All right, that's enough. Let's show you what's outside.
Russell Stover.
We haven't gone there yet. That's right down the street. How did we get it?
Carla and John. And let me tell you, this little elegant collection is delicious.
Yeah. Tell me about it. I've been eating.
It doesn't have any of the ones that you poked a hole in.
Yeah.
To figure out that it has cream in it. Every one of these have been very good. Can't wait to go there.
Yeah, that's right down the street. So,
and they have a blooper room.
Yeah, he said the blooper room. I didn't know what that was, and he said you get them really cheap.
Not
Mistakes.
Mistakes, and they'll have Halloween candy that they didn't sell yet, and it's at a discount price. It's a couple miles down the road.
Yeah, we'll check that out one day. So here we are. Oy, look how big it is. Oh, there's something else too. We're like for the most part, I think we're the poor cousins. Because everybody here has either fifth wheels or Class A motorhomes. Except, I should say that. There's a couple of travel trailers back there. But there's a lot of motorhomes and fifth wheels here, just to let you know. So, this is our site all the way over to, I don't know, I guess that pedestal over there. Is that an anthill? It's on the corner of that picnic table.
Is what?
An anthill. So anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to sweep this off today, and we're going to bring the picnic table up here. It's a little cruddy, but it's because of, look at these beautiful big trees that we're under. I love it. Now there's a bunch of pine cones that you can find everywhere on the ground here, which I think is really cool. Oh, I gotta cover that up too. Is that dry? Is that cover dry? This is our neighbors, and then you can see here's our spot here. Relatively tight, and I'll show you why. Have you noticed you haven't seen our power station yet? Boom. Right there it is. But it's a good site overall. Very, very, I mean, this is roomy. Like I said, from what we seen initially, I thought, oh man, the sites are really tight. Now granted, there's nobody next to us right now, but even if there was, they'll be on the other side of that tree. So you can get a sense of what's going on here. We're at site number 21, and
I'm so excited.
how many sites are there out here?
I don't remember, because there's another section.
Oh yeah, this is just one section,
Yeah.
which maybe we'll do that with the bikes here in a little bit.
Take the chocolate bar out too.
Oh well, not today. I want a bright sunny day for that.
But
Oh, did you tell her the weather? Tell everybody the weather. What we?
It's going to be in the 70s,
Yeah,
higher 70s.
yeah. It's not crazy hot, but
It's real nice right now. I hope it's like this every day.
no, I want it warmer. So
Well,
what's,
so do
what's
I, but
the?
you know it's not. You want to see?
No, what was you saying before I rudely interrupted you?
Oh, thanks for me having to get my hands dirty.
Oh,
It was dry.
But it's greasy.
But it don't matter where you touch. You
It's
get
greasy.
grease. It's almost as bad as getting your knee on the ball. What? Ant?
no, look, there's an ant pile right there.
I didn't see any of those yesterday. I swear I didn't see that either, but that looks like it's been there. So anyway, the hitch cover, what do you call that?
No, it's a hitch cover.
Okay, the hitch cover is greasy, and so I got grease all over my hands. They got the same color
Yeah,
as ours. Nice little camper.
yeah. So I can see that he has his weight distribution bars incorrect. They're
Need some new shocks, maybe.
he needs it's his weight distribution bars that's the issue. Look, oh, his jack, he's hit his jack too.
Yeah.
Oh well, it happens. So let's this is the brief overview. We'll talk about this later. I mean, we've got a month here. I went ahead and I made a call to a mobile RV mechanic. There's a bunch of them in the area, but there's one of them that's got a ton of reviews that are awesome. So we're gonna get with him and see what he says about putting new fabric on for us and how much he's going to charge. Hopefully it's a heavy duty fabric. The internet service here, T-Mobile is okay. There was a time that we actually had 5G here. Well, we were running on 5G for, I don't know, how long did we have 5G?
I don't know. I had it a little bit this morning, and then nothing wanted to work, which was weird.
Right. Our T-Mobile works here, and it works okay here. It's not bad. Our AT&T thing is in the back window, which you guys can't see, I don't think. But yeah, there's the AT&T unlimited internet, and I'll tell you right now that it works very well here. Not as good as the last place. However, if I had that antenna up, that might help to some extent. Same with the T-Mobile. It would probably work a little better if I had our booster up. And then you have the campground internet. Now, let me tell you about that. The campground internet here is the best campground internet that I've ever seen, ever. It is extremely fast. You're looking at about 40 to 60 megabytes download, and you're looking about 30 megabytes upload speeds. Why am I hesitating? Well, it's because it is a paid service. They don't have free Wi-Fi here. It is $40 for the month. It's $5 for the day, and you've got roughly 2 devices. I think 2 devices at a time is all you're allowed to have. If you put more than 2 devices on, or you try to log more than 2 devices on your account, it says, do you want to disconnect the other devices? It'll just boot them off. And you could, and it's okay, but just to let you know, there are some options that are available at some of the campgrounds like this one that would allow you to upload videos easily. I would almost be willing to pay you know, $5 for the day or even $40 for the month to have that fast of upload speed. However, our internet that we have, the unlimited internet for $99 a month, it's fast enough. I don't have to worry about it. It'll take me a little bit longer to upload. I think I'm at about 17 megabytes per second for upload, so I'm okay with that. I'm fine. All right, let me get Heidi a place to sit here, but I got to clean off this by our leaf blower, wherever that is. Well, Heidi and I set up camp. We went for a bike ride. This park's very big, actually, and everybody left. Everybody left. We only have just those people down there and those people here in that whole row, and then the next row there's only one person. Little squirrel.
Got that out of the corner of my eye.
He thinks he's getting fed. We had a chameleon here earlier too, and even though there's a big ant pile over there and Heidi put borax on it, I don't see any ants. Yeah, I don't see any ants at all. I've seen one ant since we've been out here. We didn't put up the screen because, I mean, other than privacy, we really don't need it right now. And here's the park.
One of these sites was also a choice of a back-end unit.
Yes.
For 50 amp.
Yeah, we could have went out here somewhere.
It was in this area here.
Right. And we went back there and looked, and I think it was in between those 2 trees.
I think these guys would have more water problems. Maybe. If it rained real hard.
It is very wet. See all these trees right through here? It is all swampland back there. It's nice looking, very cool. I would have to think in the summer and the heat, that probably, well, other than the humidity, I think that would be a nice cool spot. There's a lot of shade back there. But we'll show that to you later. We just wanted to give you an overview of the park real quick. But yeah, I was kidding around with Heidi. I said, hell, everybody's leaving. That guy over there left. The guy across from us left. Yeah.
People left over here.
Well, no, more than 2 people left over there. And there's a lot of motorcycles here. Well, you can see the trailer here, and there's another trailer somewhere. Yeah, that guy there. And they got motorcycles, and they just hook up and take off. So me and Heidi's going to do, we're going to get ourselves some cycles, be cycle mamas. Now I'm out of the motorcycle thing. You guys see me drive a truck, pulling a trailer. You should see me on a motorcycle.
You should for your fat ass.
How is it that the fatter you are, the less cushion you have on your butt?
Well, at least it feels like it.
So yeah, if you guys ever, if you known me in my younger days,
Yeah,
I took
too.
Heidi
I
for a
was
motorcycle ride.
Oh my god.
Yeah, on the back of a Honda 949 or 979 or something. All I know is it. I'm like, yep, hop on. She had a dress on. She had a dress on. She hopped on the back of the bike, and I took her down the street.
That was the day that everybody burned their legs on the...
I got third-degree burns on the back of my leg because the exhaust was horrible. I had shorts on. Yeah, of course, I didn't have a helmet on or nothing. But anyways, when you back the bike up, I burned myself. Yeah, motorcycles and me, it's just like cars and me. Every car I've ever got, I want to see how fast it'll go. And I like to drive it fast if it's a fast car. Even if it's not a fast car, I'd like to see how much I can get out of the non-fast car. I asked Heidi, I used to run her tempo to death. When we first started dating, I had an MSD ignition on it, aftermarket wires. We had a big tachometer on it for shift points. I changed the oil to full synthetics, and that was back in 90 when synthetics were like $15 a quart. We did something else to that car. I didn't mess with the exhaust though. But anyways, all my cars I always juice up.
We took it to the track.
Yeah, we used to run it. It was a good bracket car.
We got some money out of that.
Yes, we did.
Money taking it down the track because it was consistent, or we were consistent.
Yeah.
However, yeah.
We run a lot of we did a lot of bracket racing. We did a lot of street racing though. Lots of street racing. But yeah, it's the same thing with going back to what I was saying. It's the same thing with the motorcycle side. My brother had a VMAX, and I took it to the max. My other brother had a old Honda 750 F Super Sport that he had done a bunch of work to, and I run that son of a bitch to the max. I remember that was the only bike that wouldn't lift the front end when you would get into it. We'd taken it for a day basically and rode it. He goes, "How you like the bike?" I said, "It's good." I said, "But your clutch is slipping." I said, "Hey, it slips." And he goes, "What?" He goes, "It's like, he's talking about how many discs it has on it, and it's like a race clutch." And he says, "Let me go on it." He took it out for a ride. Then he came back. He says, "Hop on your dirt bike and follow me." So I hopped on. I had a TS 250M. Anyways, I got on it and I started running down the street behind him. And he pointed to the ground. He goes, "Is this where it was slipping at?" And I didn't realize I was blowing the tires off when I was shifting. It wasn't the clutch at all. Sure in the heck, that bike went so straight even when it was spinning the tire, I didn't even realize it. So anyways, that's why I don't have a bike, because I would be a spot on the road with the bike for sure. Anyways, we're going to enjoy ourselves here, and again, we'll talk about the park a little bit more in detail as we experience. I mean, this is the first day here, so yeah, so far so good.
It's nice.
Yeah, nice. And there's a lot of stuff to do around here too. That's the other nice thing. So
what?
So what? Yeah, so what? We haven't showed you the campground, as you guys can tell, but we are into the next day.
Day number 3.
Are we been here 3 days now?
Yeah, that's the 3rd day.
Wow, it's gone fast. We took a bike ride twice through the park. Again, we'll eventually show you guys the park, but we're going to walk that at that point. The park got empty, as you've seen. Then more people came in. As you'd seen probably on Facebook, the one guy had some noisy bars, some equalizer bars. I'm not sure. Some people said mine don't do that, and other people's like, yeah, mine sound just like that. I can't figure out why they would. But anyways, the updates that we give sometimes on Instagram and Facebook, like I said, if you guys haven't signed on with us there, I mean, you can. Some people are YouTube people, some people are Facebook people, some people are Twitter type people, some are Instagram, some are TikTok. I mean, all that stuff. We just stick with Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Sometimes, and we're trying to do it more often, which we don't, our Patreon page.
I updated it yesterday.
Yeah, we try to give a little bit more insight to the patrons. They usually know ahead of time when something's happening. It's usually early information, and then of course one-on-one they can email us, and we're always right there, trying to respond immediately. So if you guys have the inkling to do so, click on Facebook, click on Instagram, sign up, start following us. But we noticed that we have a lot of people that watch our videos, and I mentioned this before, that don't subscribe. If you don't feel one way or the other about it, subscribe. Like I said, that it doesn't mean anything really to you guys, but it means a lot to us. However, I don't subscribe to a lot of people I watch all the time. And I don't know why. I still haven't figured out why. I know that it has to do with alerts and stuff like that. But I mean, you don't have to click the bell.
Right.
You can just subscribe and then come back whenever you feel like it. But it's hilarious that we have, some videos within the last month, I guess, they 3,000, 5,000, 7,000 views, and I go in there and look, and 85% of the people that watch those videos are not subscribed. It's kind of wild. But anyways, I just realized, I've got my glasses on. I decided to see color today. If you guys haven't seen that video, go check that out. I did a video not that long ago. This was the cheap version. I wanted to see how well I liked it. I can tell you right now that I'm not wearing my contacts as much as I thought I would. So as far as me investing the little bit that I did in these glasses was probably a good idea instead of spending, $500 for the glasses that are more well known. But we're going to go start our day. We're going to do some grocery shopping, which we're not going to take you along for that. That's kind of dumb. We're going to go get some water because we need water. We still have 5 gallons here, but we need to refill the jug so we don't have to worry about it later. But the grocery shopping thing, we're running out of stuff finally. And tonight, I don't know how I'm going to do it, probably with my phone. We have a play date to go see a car show. So we'll go check out a car show that's local. I don't think it's a big car show, but it'll be nice to see cars down here. I've gone to so many car shows over the years, lots and lots of car shows. So we talked to the neighbors over here for a long time yesterday. They're from Missouri. They're also 1,000 Trails members. This is the first time that they've used their 1,000 Trails membership. They like it. They belong to some kind of a membership up in Missouri that is closer to home. But it was really nice talking with them. The one thing I noticed down here, and it was at the old campground, and it's at this campground too. I'm telling you, you get to a certain hour in the day, in the evening. Last night was 6 o'clock, and it's like, cue the mosquitoes, and it's just immediate. I
They want to carry you all off.
I don't remember.
They're putting you right inside.
I remember Ohio having mosquitoes, but it's like the mosquitoes in Ohio, you would notice them throughout the day. As you got closer to in the evening, you would notice mosquitoes in the evening, but they would be kind of sporadic. Now there'd be times then they got really heavy, and then they would kind of trail off as it got cooler in the night. But here it's like, no mosquitoes, no mosquitoes, no mosquitoes. Boom, every mosquito that's ever been born is now around your ears, your legs, everything.
And they bite.
And they bite. Why? They're wicked. They are some wicked mosquitoes. So that's one thing I definitely got to get used to. All right. The campground was relatively quiet last night. We have some kids that were out playing kind of late, but I didn't hear them past like 10 o'clock. And we're finding that even though we have fire rings here, I don't know if you guys have seen that, we've got conflicting stuff going on. Because in the book that they give you, it says there are no fires to be had anywhere except up by the clubhouse. There's some kind of a community fire ring thing there. However, last night, the people that pulled in behind us, they had a fire. Now, I don't know if they were not supposed to have a fire, and they did. But what I'm getting at is, why are there so many fire rings?
Well, I looked at the fire rings, and it looks like maybe 1 or 2 fires have been built in it, because inside, the paint is still there.
Yeah, she's saying the fire ring is so new.
Yeah, it is. It's funny. But maybe we'll ask about that.
Yeah. So in the yesterday evening, we traveled around with the bikes through the park and the back park. And it was cool. It was very cool as far as temperature-wise. I had a jacket on, and it was cool. I don't know what temperature it was at that point. It had to be in the 60s, I would assume, the upper 60s. And there was a couple people walking back from the swimming pool with their towels. And Heidi's like, wow, that's got to be crazy cold up there, because it was very cool. However, we went up and checked, and that pool is heated, big time heated. So
we might check it out.
I don't know. I'm not much of a swimmer.
I'm not either, but
yeah,
it'd fill the void.
Ever since my diving accident in the '84 Olympics,
or whatever.
I just don't want to do that anymore.
Oh, you're funny.
They've never judged so high on a cannonball in their life. All right, so yeah, we've got the day started. I don't know what we're gonna do, but if anything of note takes place, we'll try to bring you along. Or if it's something we think we might be interested in, we'll post that too. So on we go. We got some breakfast because we're grocery shopping, and the last thing you want to do, obviously, is be hungry and go grocery shopping. This is a busy area. Heidi had like 10 people in line at this gas station. So we're at, I don't know, is this Circle K? Yeah, Circle K.
This is the weekend before Thanksgiving, so...
And it's Saturday morning.
Yeah, so...
And everybody's getting up.
I'm not a fan of it, but
I
it's
already
got to be done. And
told Heidi, I said, I am not going into Aldi's over there because that parking lot is filling up so much. I don't even know if there's a parking spot over there now. And it's crazy. So we're in the Villages. This is the south part of the Villages, but across the street is a golf course. And I don't know if you can see that in the mirror. Maybe let's zoom you in, see if you can see it there. Yeah, there's a golf course over there. Golf carts, not so, I don't know, not so much here at all. And there's a reason why. We were talking with John and Carla about that. I'm sure we'll see it later today, and that is you got to have a gas golf cart, because if you want to go from one end of the Villages like to the other, you would run out of electrical power if it was a battery power. So I don't know, this is a lot more traffic than I would like to deal with. So I told Heidi already, I said, I'm not going into Aldi's. I mean, I'm just one more body in there bumping around. She don't need me in there for that because she does all the shopping at home without me anyway. So the ideal situation, we know, is still finding a place that you can ride your bikes to go do your errands. Maybe in the future, it will be us riding a scooter if we continuously find this situation popping up. Because right now the bikes are becoming more recreational than functional. I got them more for function than recreation. It's nice to have them as a recreation, but yeah, that was supposed to be a function thing more than anything else.
Just in like the areas that we're in, we can't use them for function.
Right, that's what I'm saying. If we continue to see this over and over again, yeah, we're gonna have to do something else. All right, let me get her over there so we can. I don't even know what, but we can get it done. And I do see somebody over there on a scooter.
Little older lady on a scooter.
Yeah, there's a little old lady on a scooter. I don't know if you guys, but we'll put you out there. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Just getting good gas mileage and getting around, and yeah, that's the way to go. Good for you, lady. We'll have to say I do enjoy these, I don't know, midday sprinkles that come down. That obviously aren't threatening at all, but it kind of like it cools everything off, and there's a real nice smell of rain. Of course, nobody cares if they're getting rained on because it's not permanent. It's going to be gone shortly. Yeah, we just have little pieces of rain popping up here. It's beautiful.
I've been